As the national capital continues to face a massive water shortage, the Supreme Court on Thursday has directed Himachal Pradesh government to release 137 cusecs of surplus water available for Delhi. Now, the top court has directed Haryana government to facilitate water flow between, of course, Haryana and Delhi. Meanwhile, videos circulating on social media show residents, especially in the slums of Delhi, running after water tankers sent by the NDMC and scrambling to fill up their pots and buckets as taps in all these areas have run dry. This comes even as temperatures soar here. It's been more than 43 degrees Celsius for many days now. More than 200 people have actually died due to the ongoing heat wave. This inadequate water supply not only impedes necessary sanitation and hygiene, but also brings out extensive social and economic repercussions, including the prevalence of illness and, of course, a surge in healthcare expenses that could be a burden on families and also could weigh heavily on both private and government healthcare systems. So that is what we discuss today. Why is Delhi grappling with such a severe water shortage? Has politics taken over this matter? What is a sustainable way of looking at this problem? That's what we will discuss today. We have with us Anil Gupta, who's with the BJP. We have Akshay Marathe with the Aam Aadmi Party. And we have Mr. Devan Singh, who's a water activist. Starting with you, Akshay Marathe, you're somebody who takes a lot of interest in governance. Tell us, this has been a long festering problem, and Aam Aadmi Party has also been in, has been ruling Delhi for many years now. Why hasn't this been sorted?
Vasudha, I think this water problem that Delhi is currently facing is a fantastic example of just how broken our political system has become in the last few years. There is a situation in Delhi where a majority of water, potable drinking water, comes from the river Yamuna, and we are dependent on those river waters that actually come from other states. It flows from Haryana and then further up north from Himachal, and eventually it comes to Delhi. But what happens is that the water arrangement between these three states has remained the same from the year 1993. From 1993 to 2024, Delhi's population has increased multifold, but the water that we get has remained about the same with some minor variations here and there. So the Delhi government has been talking to Himachal Pradesh and Haryana for increasing some water supply. In fact, the Himachal Pradesh government, the Congress Supinder Sukhu government, even agreed to sell water to Delhi. We agreed to pay for the water, but unfortunately, for some reason, I don't know, I don't want to speculate, Haryana said they will not allow that water that we were willing to pay for to go into Delhi. Now, in an ideal situation, what should have happened is that the central government, who is like like a father figure in this system of governance, which is a federal system, the central government should have stepped in and told the Haryana government that,
But Akshay, Haryana government has also said that this is because of internal mismanagement, right? So that there's also been that kind of reaction from the Haryana government. I understand that the judiciary has been in support of, no politics over this matter. But of course,
Can I just finish?
Yes.
I understand. I take your point. Let me just finish. Now, as I was saying, the center should have stepped in and resolved this amicably. But because we have a center that is not interested in solving problems, it is only interested in increasing problems, we unfortunately have to knock the doors of the judiciary. We are very grateful, we are very thankful that the Supreme Court stepped in and told Haryana government that please don't do this. Please allow the waters to flow from Himachal Pradesh into Delhi. And we are expecting that as a result of this decision today, we will see the water situation improving drastically. But we don't want to go to the judiciary every time. This is the central government's job. I'm hopeful that now, after this recent result, the government in the center will be more proactive in helping solve problems instead of creating fresh problems.
Right. Mr. Anil Gupta, what do you have to say about this? Because there is also an MOU in 1969. So clearly, this has been a long festering problem for Delhi. And Delhi, of course, depends on other states, including Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, for almost 60-65% of its water needs. So this is not just a problem that Aam Aadmi Party has created. How are you looking at this being part of the principal opposition party in Delhi?
Yeah, good evening, Vasudha, and to all the viewers. Please give me some time to explain in details. See, problem is not of the raw water. The problem is of the mismanagement of production and water supply. I am giving you some data which I have taken from Delhi Jal Board. Delhi Jal Board has a capacity of production of 900 MGD. This you can verify. And the peak demand in the summer in Delhi is 1,300 mgg. This 900 mgd production capacity is for last several years. The Kejriwal government has not increased even a single liter of production. You know, the other state or through Yamuna, we can get the raw water, but we need to purify it. We need to treat it to be able to have this as a drinkable water, potable water. Now, let me give you some data. Delhi get from Upper Ganga Canal, known as the Ganga Nahar, 240 mgd. This is the record, official record. 140 mgd to Sonia Vier treatment plant, 100 to the Bhagirathi. So almost 30% water they are regularly getting from the Ganga Nahar. From river Yamuna, how much they are getting? 90 mgd to Chandraval, 120 mgd to the Wazirabad.
Right.
From Haidarpur, they are getting 200 mgd from this Munak Nahar. And from their own borewell, they are getting 80 mgd. So that makes them total for 900 mgd. We get lot of raw water in Yamuna. You can check in the rainy days, in this we get the flood. What happened to this Wazirabad? You go and check, take your camera
Right,
there.
sir. Let me get Devan Singh in here because, you know, clearly the high ammonia levels, which is more than 2.5 parts per
I
million.
requested you to finish me first. I'm giving you some
sir,
data. You can question me after that.
Okay, go on, sir.
I requested you to give me some time.
Yes, sir, please
If
go
you
on.
ask. See, the problem is you go to the Wazirabad treatment plant. There is a silt, 5 feet to 10 feet. Kejriwal government, the Delhi Jal Board has not removed. They have not desilted. So the water holding capacity of the Wazirabad treatment plant has reduced. Already, Haryana government is giving 1,000 Cusecs regularly. Still they are giving. And what? In the return, as per the treaty of the Yamuna, they are returning back the 500 Cusecs, the dirty water to the Yamuna, to the Haryana. And even if today judgment, 137 they say, they will get the raw water. I am saying that there is no shortage of raw water. They have 80 mgd from the tube well. They can increase there. But that is the mismanagement. Let them explain how they are going to increase the production. They don't have the production capacity more than 900.
Okay, you've listened to both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi point of narratives here, but clearly, it's clear that Yamuna, the lack of treatment of Yamuna water has contributed to poor water supply, the quality of water, and this also, data. I mean, the kind of research paper that you've also shared shows that an increase in ammonia level often leads to almost 50% decrease in production at both Wazirabad and Chandraval water treatment plants, which are crucial to water supply in Delhi. But how do you look at this as an activist, sir? Because, many governments have taken up cleaning up, the cleaning up projects in Yamuna, but nothing seems to be working out, at least to address this long festering problem in Delhi of water crisis.
See, this problem is of both supply management as well as demand management. As far as supply is concerned, Delhi government or government, what's our government, before the current AAP government, none has worked to improve the capacity of the water bodies, to revive them, and how to recharge the rainwater and improving the capacity of the rainwater harvesting systems. Besides this, on the demand management side, they have fared very poorly, and every time the Delhi administration goes to the Supreme Court with shedding tears and asking to really get more water from the neighboring states. We must understand a city is maximally locally sustainable. This is how it should be if we believe in proper urban planning. In 1996, we forced Haryana to part with 330 cusecs of water additional beyond the 1994 agreement. In year 2000, we forced Punjab to part with 125 cusecs of extra water from Ravi Vyas. And now we are forcing Himachal to part with 137 cusecs of extra water. Now, do we keep doing all this all the time? Don't we have a duty to manage our cities better? We are not looking after the demand side properly.
Right.
What this Delhi government has done, what this Delhi government has done, they have urbanized 89 villages in Delhi and allowed path for 17 lakh flats to be built in Delhi. This will generate another huge demand for water. From where will they get this water?
Right.
The earlier government had refused approving this project, this land pooling scheme, under which 17 lakh flats will be built in Delhi.
Right.
So they are least bothered about the water management of Delhi. They are only bothered about real estate, how to increase the size of Delhi and increasing vote share in Delhi. That's what the Delhi administration is doing it.
Akshay, would you
And,
like to respond to that? This is a big allegation that Aam Aadmi
Allow
Party
me.
has been, and also, when the government talks about imposing a fine of rupees 2,000 on those who are wasting water, using water to wash their vehicles. I mean, I think, this is, of course, one way of ensuring collective responsibility, of course, but there could also be better ways of, promoting awareness, isn't it?
No, absolutely, Vasudha. Let me answer both questions of both the other panelists, very detailed questions, and they deserve answers. Number one, on the question of the raw water treatment capacity, before the Aam Aadmi Party government came in, for several years, the 900 MGD number that the BJP spokesperson was saying had remained the same. In the last 7-8 years of the Aam Aadmi Party government, we have actually started projects worth thousands of crore rupees that are in almost under completion now, which will increase the water treatment capacity by at least 300 to 400 MGD. And the BJP spokesperson should deny it if that is the case, because their own central government has also been a partner in that increase in water treatment capacity. So let's not get into that politics. Now, coming to the point of what happens to Delhi's own sustainable consumption of water. Aam Aadmi Party government, I request your viewers to just Google Delhi Lake Rejuvenation Project. 150 lakes of Delhi, which had been lying, encroached upon, destroyed, have been revived by the Delhi Jal Board, and you are seeing a historic rejuvenation of lakes and other water bodies in Delhi, which will have long-term impacts on the production of water in Delhi. Now, coming to the second point of the flood water that comes out of the Yamuna during the rains. We started a very innovative project where we allowed the flood water to come into the floodplains and actually percolate using land on the Palla stretch we did a pilot project 2 years ago, which is now being expanded. So there have been many steps that the Delhi government has taken using the best world-class urban planning measures to increase local water production as well as increase raw water treatment from the Yamuna River. But in this particular case, the question is not about our internal problems. The question is that Himachal Pradesh is willing to give us the water. Haryana has refused to allow that water to flow in, and the Supreme Court had to step in. The BJP should answer this question. Why did their Haryana government not do the right thing from the beginning? The judiciary did not need to come
Anil
in
Gupta,
here.
please
They would have
respond
just
to
allowed
that.
the water
And
to
Devan
come
Singh,
in.
I'll come to you in a bit, because I also want to talk about this crackdown on water misuse that happens in Delhi. And of course, let's remember that water shortage is something that many cities in India are reeling under. So clearly, this is not something that's exclusive to Delhi. Anil Gupta, what do you have to say about the points that Akshay Marathe made? Because this is also, this is also today's decision by the court is also being seen as a win for people of Delhi, because clearly this is a problem that poor people of the city are facing the brunt of it. In fact, I was reading the papers today, and there was this one quote in one of the papers in which there is a woman in a slum who says, as soon as I see the tanker, I feel that I'm getting a heart attack. So clearly the scrambling for water that we saw in Bastis in the last few days is extremely touching, and I think there should be no politics over this, isn't
it? You just recollect what Akshay has mentioned. Akshay has also admitted that for last 9.5 years, Delhi government is not able to increase even a single liter production capacity. They are in the pipeline. This is what Akshay mentioned. This was what I mentioned, that they are not able to. That's why they failed to. For a party which is ruling for 9.5 years is not able to increase the production capacity. This is the shameful thing. Another one is Yamuna case. Yamuna travels roughly 52 kilometers. When Yamuna enters the Palla, the dissolved oxygen level is 4, sometimes 5. The fecal coliform is roughly 8,000. And when it exits at the Okhla, the dissolved oxygen is 0. The fecal coliform is 250,000. What condition? Delhi has 37 STPs. 33s are not working properly. Roughly, they treat 500 to 600 MGD pani. You see the condition? They revert back 500 Cusecs at Faridabad through Yamuna, the dirty water. And they don't have to reuse facilities because their STP plant are not working. Everywhere, you go to Mumbai, you go to Bangalore, you go to Singapore, they have the zero liquid discharge policy. You go, why they are not able to reuse this treated water? They have failed. Not even a single liter of treated water is used because the outlet parameter is not up to mark. Delhi has this Yamuna is the lifeline of Delhi. It travels 52 kilometers. It has an area of roughly 100 square meters. What they have done to store this water? Have they done the water catchment area? It is a big area. During the rainy season, we have the flood, but the water goes like flooding. But they should have hold this water during the rainy season so that it comes. They don't have summer action plans.
Okay. Devan Singh, Akshay, I'll just come to you for a response. But first, Devan Singh, how do you see this crackdown on, by the government when it comes to water misuse? Now, wasting water in Delhi could cost us around 2,000 rupees. You cannot use water to wash your cars. How do you see moves like this? Because there are also going to be teams which will come and which are being authorized to check illegal wastage of water, especially in construction sites and also commercial establishments. Do we have precedents of other cities doing something like this?
See, Vasudha, these are knee-jerk reactions, and these are not sustainable. People are not wasting water most of the time. They are using water, but if it's not revenue water, it doesn't mean it's being wasted. If they're not getting paid for this water, it doesn't mean it's going waste. So many times we are getting news as if a lot of non-revenue water is being supplied and people are getting through leakages. But this is not the way. If people are using this water, it's not a waste. So we must understand this, and crackdown like 2,000 rupees, this is a very small thing. When there's shortage of water, people themselves stop misusing water. They start being thoughtful towards using it. So this is not a significant step. My major concern is the demand management, which they are not doing it, which I said that 17 lakh flats are going to be built, and 1 crore people will, from where will they get water for those people?
Right.
And they must look at what the states of Punjab, Haryana, do they also need water? Because I shared that article with you by Professor Vikram Soni, which talks about the carrying capacity of a city. It should not be more than 85 lakh for Delhi, but we are 2.5 crores almost.
Okay.
And in this, very well highlighted that farmers of Punjab, Haryana, these are agriculture states, they need water. People are sitting at Shambhu borders, people are sitting at Khanori border to demand MSP. They are saying that they are ready to part with water, but they must be given MSP for the crops which are not non-water intensive.
Right.
So are we anyway contributing to that step?
Right.
There's our government in Punjab, is our government doing enough to do?
Anil Gupta, quickly your response before I go to Akshay Marathe for the last word.
See, there is a treaty known
quickly,
as...
Quickly, sir, 30 seconds, I'll have to just wrap up.
Yeah. Just 2 points, only 2 lines. There is a treaty between Punjab and Delhi, Satluj Yamuna Canal. They have government in Punjab and Delhi as well. What happened to the treaty? They should have get some water from the Punjab. Second point, boring is banned in Delhi. Lots of these water tankers are supplying. They are supplying through the illegal boring. Why not the crackdown is there on the illegal boring?
Okay. Akshay, quickly respond to that before we wrap up.
Illegal, this
yes,
tanker
let Akshay respond.
I waited patiently to hear from the BJP spokesperson why did Haryana government refuse to supply water that Himachal was agreeing to send? They have not been able to answer a simple question. Why did Delhi government have to run to the Supreme Court? Why did the Supreme Court have to hear emergency petitions from the Delhi government on such a basic thing? Why are you doing politics over water? You can have differences, you can criticize us, you go do that, no problem. But don't play politics on water. Haryana government should have done the right thing and supplied water from day one. We should not have had to go to the Supreme Court for such basic things like this. That's my only submission today, and I hope the BJP will introspect on why they have behaved in this manner.
Thank you all of you for joining me on this show. We are out of time now. Today is an important day because the Supreme Court has directed Haryana government to facilitate the flow of surplus water to Delhi from Himachal Pradesh while directing the latter to release at least 137 cusecs of water to go to the national capital. But most importantly, it has asked for no politics to be played over something that matters so much to the dignity of human existence. That's all we have for you in the show. Following now is this interesting discussion, political discussion on how the south of India has voted and what kind of political realignment can we expect, and that's with my co-anchor Veera Raghav.
That's right, Vasudha. I was just listening to your earlier discussion. It is quite a new low if politics can prevent the release of water, because I come from a water-starved city which was water-starved at least a month ago, Bengaluru, but that was because of natural factors. This is a new low. But when we come back, we will address the flood of politics in the south of India. Perhaps the power balance shifts towards the south. Who are the big winners? Who are the big losers? We'll go through all of that.
Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.